how to prioritize and live smarter. Today, I want to give you just a couple of small changes that will make huge improvements in living the unbusy life and teach you my favorite method to prioritizing. Hi everyone, this is Jen. I'm the owner of Life After Busy and a productivity coach helping female creatives and entrepreneurs achieve more by doing less through personalized productivity. So imagine this. You pour yourself a fresh cup of coffee. It's Monday morning. You head into the office and you have a to-do list that is a mile long. You turn on your computer, open up your email, get sucked into whatever's on fire, pull your head out of the email inbox, and you look up and it's already 2 hours later and you have to run your kid to the dentist's office, and then you're not back at your desk until after lunch. Where did your whole day go? There's got to be a better way, and there is, and that's called prioritizing. So this isn't anything new, but let me give you just a couple of small tweaks. And one of my favorite quotes by Mel Robbins, and that is, productivity is moving the ball down the field on the projects that matter the most. So today I want to help you identify what that ball is. So let's try that Monday morning again. Instead of brushing aside your extensive list of tasks, and instead you start this day, or maybe just even the night before, and take a little bit of time to plan. So you look at your calendar and the blocks that you have available and to cross those important things off of your list. So that is just a really quick planning session, and that small change, that small tweak can make a huge difference in making progress on the life that you want to be crafting for yourself, on living that unbusy life. So starting your day with a strategy session, I like to do mine on Sunday morning because I'm a morning person and I am the only one in my family that's a morning person. So I use that quiet time, but it could be Friday evening, whatever that looks like for you. And my biggest challenge is I get sucked into spending almost too much time planning. So I want to caution you on that. Don't spend your whole Sunday planning. Sunday is supposed to be spent living. But if you spend just a little bit of time identifying what your big balls are, like Mel identified, you can make sure that you're making time for those throughout the week. Okay, so that's one small change. The next thing I want to talk about, I'll start with this quote, and I actually don't know who this is from, so I apologize. But it is, "Sorry, I didn't respond to the work email you sent me. I was out living my life." So remember the first scenario where you stumble into your office Monday morning with your cup of steaming hot coffee and you go straight to your inbox and don't pull your head out until 2 hours later. Well, ladies, the email inbox is somebody else's priorities. And unless you are a very groggy-headed person first thing Monday morning, that is the worst place to be starting off your week. So let me give you just an example. Just the other day, there was a big school board meeting going on within our district, and I opened the email, and it was a subject that was a lot of controversy around it. They were talking about removing books from reading lists within my daughter's high school, and it was something I was interested in. So yeah, I got sucked into reading the details of a board meeting. But is that the best way to be spending the most productive hours? No. And I'm not giving you permission to ignore your email altogether. I want you to take time in that planning session we just discussed and make time to check email, but don't let the other things that are most important to you fall by the wayside because you're spent reading the notes from the latest school board meeting, right? So that is what I mean by prioritizing. So let's get into the actual method that I love for prioritizing. And I want to share one more quote, and that is, you cannot overestimate the unimportance of practically everything. And that's by Greg McKeown. So I hope you understand the importance of planning your week, identifying your priorities. And I want to talk to you about my favorite method of prioritizing, and that's the Eisenhower Matrix. So first, you're going to look at your calendar and identify any unimportant commitments that you can eliminate right away. So maybe you agreed to go to that school board meeting, but is that really the best use of your time? Maybe you can just read the email and get the notes, and that's all you need. So you can eliminate those unimportant things. But then let's look at your task list. So those things that you've identified that are important to you. And using the Eisenhower Matrix, it's put into 4 different blocks, and it's the urgent and important. These are the things that you need to get done as soon as possible. The important but not urgent. So those are tasks that could be scheduled for later. These are the things that when we leave them behind, when we don't make progress on them, those are the things that we regret the most. So maybe it's a big project that's really important to you, like, for example, if you want to launch your YouTube channel and you continue to just never record those videos or never make progress on that project, those are the kind of decisions you're going to regret. So quadrant 2 are the important but not urgent. Quadrant 3 is the urgent but not important. And these are good things to delegate. So think about who can do it for you. Maybe you have an assistant that you can pass those off to. It's not like your zone of genius, but it's something that still needs to get done in your business, or maybe it's at home. And my kid's job is to unload the dishwasher. It helps our house run more smoothly. So maybe there's things that you can hand off to your kids. Maybe there's stuff you can hand off to your significant other, or maybe that's something even you can outsource. And then finally, quadrant 4 is neither urgent nor important. And again, this actually circles back to where I started with looking at your calendar for the week and deleting those items that aren't important nor urgent. They would fall into this 4th quadrant, the 4th category. So when you're looking at your task list, I like to sort them into these different categories and then block them into my calendar, because I like to use time blocking. A trick for getting through this matrix is don't come into it tired. I said I like to do this Sunday morning. Well, what if I had a big Saturday night and I went out and celebrated with my friends and didn't get to bed till past, when I normally do, and wake up groggy Sunday morning? That is not the right time to be doing a planning session. I should delay it to later in the day when I feel more rested, because it's hard for us to make decisions about how we want to spend our time when we have that groggy head. Remember, like, the last time you slept in too late, or you partied too much, you slept in too late, you had a soccer game early in the morning, and you kind of show up to the soccer game and you forgot your son's cleats, or you forgot to fill the water bottle. Like that's not the person you want showing up for your weekly planning sessions. So don't bring that fuzzy, unrested mind to the planning session with you. This is not the only way to prioritize. This is my preferred method and something I do on my weekly planning sessions. If the idea of sorting things into different quadrants makes you want to pull your hair out, message me, and I cover all the different methods for prioritizing in my Life After Busy bootcamp, and we can find the right fit for you. All right, I hope I gave you some great ideas for how to start living smarter and start prioritizing. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and check out the video on how to focus with lots of interruptions. If you're planning sessions, you come rested, but you tend to get interrupted a lot. We'll cover some ideas for how to handle that in the next video.